Hey guys, welcome back to some Final Fantasy. Patch 5.5 came out around, I want to say a week ago, but it's probably more like 3 days ago. But yeah, we will just continue on with the story. It is Friday the 16th of April, and it snowed. Yep, it's currently snowing outside, which is freaking crazy, actually. Friggin' crazy. Is friggin' a swear word? I don't even know. Alize is waiting patiently for the return of certain scions, not least of all you. Oh. Good news, Ifu. Thancred and Urianger have finished their tour of Garlemald and are on their way here even as we speak. As we still haven't heard anything on the towers from the Alliance, I'm hoping they might be able to shed some light on things. They're due to arrive any moment now, so let's see what they have to say, eh? We're gonna see Thancred. We're gonna see Urianger. I'm excited. Hello. Hey! Welcoming party. You needn't have gone to the trouble. From what I hear, you've been more than busy enough as it is. Honestly, you might have waited for me to return before discovering a cure for tempering. As it is, I can't even pretend to have been involved. Well, if it's any consolation, I myself was a little more than a spectator. The Alliance's share of the credit must go to the Alize, Graha, and Ifu. But I believe I speak for the rest of us when we say we are proud to have rendered what little assistance we could. As you will also have heard, though, it hasn't been all tales of triumph. Just as we were taking a step forwards, finally addressing the primal threat, a pile of fresh problems landed in our lap. A bunch of spires showed up out of nowhere. Anyway, it's good to have you back, though I can't help noticing that we're one Urianger short of a scouting party. You haven't lost him, have you? Oh, I couldn't lose him if I tried, and I did try, repeatedly. But no, he decided to linger in Alamigo to apprise Raban and the others of how the land lies in Garlemald. Then mayhap he would do the same for us. Indeed, it is just as Lee said, worse, in fact, devastation as far as the eye could see. Nerva and the three Erd, I don't even know how to say that. Ellard? However, were notable by their absence. Might they have met their end at the hand of Xenos and Fan Daniel? I forgot his name was Fan Daniel. Oh, perhaps. Or perhaps they simply lost the will to fight. You see, the capital has been plunged into a deathly silence, with one exception, the Imperial Palace. It was a busy place before the war, but it has grown busier still, with throngs of soldiers and civilians working there day and night to rebuild, or rather, transform it. Transform it into what? A spaceship! That is difficult to answer. The construction is vast and unsettling to behold, like something of a nightmare. According to Urianger, certain aspects of the design were clearly devised with the manipulation of Aether in mind, Magitech in other words. Yet, as unnerving as said edifice was, it is nothing next to the sight of its builders. They swarmed the place like so many insects, working with a nary a word exchanged between them. No one overseeing construction, no one barking orders. It was as if they were possessed or tempered. We wanted to investigate more closely, but given our suspicions, it seemed wiser not to take the risk. If Fan Daniel could bind Bahamut to his will, might he have done the same to the people of Garlemald? Yes! Well, whatever the truth may be, this information is certain to prove valuable. You have our thanks. Am I recording? I am. Well, be sure to save some for Urianger, which reminds me, I have a message from Alamigo. Rabaun is hosting a meeting to discuss the latest findings on the towers, and he requested our presence. Then why not leave that to us? You must be weary from your mission. No, I'm fine. Those towers have been on my mind since I first spied one on the way back. I'm keen on getting to the bottom of this. In that case, I shall stay and begin looking into another matter, as I promised Kryl. We need not all attend. Very well, I suggest the rest of us make our way to Alamigo forthwith. The sooner we leave, the more time we have. We will have to speak with Urianger before the meeting. I realize that saying all of this out loud makes me pay attention to the story a lot more. Because my attention span has diminished over the years. I mean, it's been... my attention span's been pretty bad in terms of paying attention to everything around me, so... doesn't say that much of how much I lost. Oh, it's been a while. Ooh. Grab this. Can I grab this? Eh. Is it not gonna let me? Oh, it's not gonna let me. Unless I have to jump from here. Oh. Ah, I didn't make it. Whatever. Bye. It's not important. I'll get it later. My friends, much and more have I heard of your travails in our absence. Heartened am I to see you hale and whole. As are we to see you safely return from your mission, Urianger. I trust Thancred made you feel welcome. Well, if it isn't Alpha Node and his merry band. Hey, it's you. Who are you again? Arenvald, right. Whatever are you doing here? When we spoke via Link Pearl, you told me you'd be away on a mission. And who's to say this isn't part of it? But enough about that. It's good to see you looking so similar. I thought you'd been grown a bit taller after a whole year in another world, but apparently not. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. While my soul may be a year older, my body had hardly aged, as you are well aware. And may I remind you that we Elezen are known to be late bloomers, especially in terms of our height. Mark my words, the day will come when even a great Aurochs like yourself will crane your neck to meet my eye. Aye, 'twas not until my 20th summer that I myself outgrew my boyish proportions. The Umbrita towered over me nonetheless. Arenvald brings out the best in Elfino, doesn't he? They both seem so at ease in each other's company. It's almost endearing. Talk about height in front of me? That's rude! So what exactly brings you here? Oh, Fordola, mostly. We need to go over a few things before we set out. Set out? Wait, does this have something to do with the towers? Eh? What gave you that impression? Actually, tell me later. We've got a meeting to go to. I'll see you afterwards alright? If Fordolo is going with him, that must mean. My apologies. As Arenvald rightly pointed out, we have a meeting to attend. Let us be about it. Oh, that's right. You guys can see the mouse. Whoopsies! 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 I keep forgetting. I can't seem to make the cursor disappear. And in the video capture. This is voice acting.
Ere we begin, I would like to offer my gratitude to Masters Thancred and Urianger. It is no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
Theatrics. He sought only to make a show of the power at the Telophoroid's disposal. But since then we have seen no sign of this Fandaniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might strike next.
Whenever and wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy. 'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
Our advance party took longer than expected to return. And when they did, they tried to kill us. Luckily, I'd seen that sort of thing before, and we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
Are you saying they were tempered?
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar, and that was the last thing they remembered. But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked. Glory be to Garlemald.
The Tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities. Yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
Would that the unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses. And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers. Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ixal in the direction of the tower in Dravania. The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their destination, liberating the Ixal and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
So the Empire is the common thread.
With the support of Xenos, it seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Telophoroi.
Lord Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty, but the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first. Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk of tempering, I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task. But I am confident in my choice.
What?
Resistant to primal influence as they are, they can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
We are glad to put our gifts to use, Commander.
Gifted or not, going behind enemy lines remains a perilous undertaking. But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
If it would give us the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
That concludes the briefing. You two, make ready and join your escort.
Are you certain about this, Arenvold?
I am. Come on, let's talk outside.
So I don't exactly remember if Fordola is now complacent with the Alliance, or if she's still with Garlemald. But then while they were talking about when Urianger when Urianger talked about how the scouting party was tempered to Garlemald the Nation, that sort of sparked a weird connection that Zodiark and Garlemald might be the same thing. Maybe. Maybe? Now that it's out in the open, I don't have to keep it under my proverbial hat anymore. I forgot these two were resistant. I didn't even know they were resistant, actually. I didn't forget. I just didn't know.
So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamolder and Vmar at Ralga's Reach as well.
Arenvold, I admire your enthusiasm, but this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan. With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
And you, Fordola? Is this what you want?
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
Don't pretend. We both know Commander Aldin gave you a chance to refuse. And you didn't.
Huh.
So the Empire's finished, is it? Well, that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat. And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head! I fought for Garlemald. Killed for Garlemald. What was I part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to know.
Very well. If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
If you've finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to investigate, exactly?
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Pagalthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way. Well, we'd best not keep them waiting any longer.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
Ha! I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a scion's lot in life. Take care, eh? It means a lot, you know. You coming with me.
I'll still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favour if I'm not there.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway. But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming. I realise I can't hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light, or Alfino for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime. No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try. They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
He does not want for conviction, that much is certain. So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both. While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. Chasing down this lunar Bahamut.
Huh? Oh, hello.
Ah, bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru.
Ah.
I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinian.
How?
And I'm sorry to say he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut. But he did mutter something about heading to Ishgard, so if you're quick, you might still be able to catch him.
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
Gladly. I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
While you go off on your dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
I wish you every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.
Alright. So, did anyone else see like multiple death flags for Arnvald there? Oh no. It must be just the pessimistic side of me, but I was like, oh no. This is not good. So Estinian was bound for Ishgard, whatever it is that brings him home. We must hope it will keep him there long enough to for us to find him. Come, there is no time to lose. So many death flags. But all in all, I really hope he makes it back alive. That'd be nice. We are going to Ishgard. I was like, oh, they're bros. They're together. Oh, they work well together. And then the first death flag was, oh man, you didn't hear the news? I'm going to one of the towers. Second death flag, Rabban calling them, and Alphinaud being like, what? It's Arnvald and Ferdola going? Third death flag being like, oh man, I'm not like them. I'm not like the Warrior of Light or Alphinaud. I'll never be like them. But here's my chance to prove myself. I was like, oh, well, goodbye, friend. All present, good. Let us split up and search for Estinian. Since we're relatively new to this place, what? Oh, Graha, and now we'll look around the open spaces, squares, markets, and whatnot. You and Ifu can delve into the nooks and crannies. Very well, let us reconvene to the airship landing later, with or without Estinian. Good luck. I think I shall begin at the Sky Steel manufactory, so perhaps you could try the congregation. Lucia may well have heard the news of her friend's return. Yeah, okay. Haven't seen Lucia in a long time. What is that called? The Forgotten Night? Good morning to you, Warrior of Light. Lord Emmerich sent word that you would be attending the meeting in Alamigo, so I gather you have not come in search of him. But then to what then do we owe the pleasure of your visit? Oh, then she's probably not heard of Estinian back. I see. No, we were not aware of certain Estinian had returned to Ishgard, but as I expect you remember he is wont to come and go as he pleases. Mayhap he came seeking an audience with Lord Emmerich, only to find him absent? In any event, I'm afraid I cannot help you. Perhaps one of your companions has fared better. Well, it was good seeing you, Lucia. Oh, we're going straight to the airship. Alright. I wish I could just take a look around, but I guess we're just gonna give up for now. To the Athenium Astrologicum. Yep. Wow, speaking of snow.
No sign of him. Not that I've ever met him before, but the way Alphinaud goes on about him, I'm fairly sure I could pick him out in a crowd.
Yeah, silver hair, very tall, dragoon armor.
She does seem awfully quiet. If the erstwhile Azure Dragoon had returned to Ishgard, would it not be a source of general excitement?
Hey, there he is! What do you know?
First the Scion's Coinkeeper, and now you. I'm beginning to think these meetings are more than mere coincidence.
Hey, buddy.
Not that I'm complaining. It's been too long.
Too long?
You look an ilm taller and twice as rugged. It suits you.
Oh no! Oh
Have you been giving him lessons on how to be the strong, silent type?
Oh, calm it down, calm it down!
I am not Alphino! If the two of you are such firm friends, perhaps you should remember what he looks like. And what do you mean, rugged? Ugh! Had my brother mentioned what an oaf you are, I'd never have bothered looking for you in the first place.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Estinian Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon. He who fought and felled the dread worm Nidhogg at the Warrior of Light's side.
Did he just ignore what just happened? Ah! He did!
When I should see this living legend with my own eyes.
Would someone mind explaining what is going on?
Is everything all right? I thought I heard Alize shouting.
Oh god. Yeah, but though.
Estinian! It's been too long.
Whew. That was good. Good stuff. I am not Alpha now!
No, it's quite understandable. That was hardly the first time we've been confused for one another. Nor, I suspect, will it be the last.
Yep.
Well, I, for one, will not be making that mistake again. What I will say, for the second time today, is that you've grown. Inside and out. I can tell.
One can't remain a spoiled little lordling forever, you know.
At least someone's having a good time. You know, when we were growing up, Alphino would never befriend other boys because he couldn't stand the thought of not being in charge. But maybe that's changed. He seems just as happy around Estinian as he does Arenvald.
Well, you can't keep them all to yourself forever.
Keep him to my... You're joking, aren't you? I'd be glad if someone would take him off my hands.
Mm-hmm. Understandable. Very sibling-esque.
No rest for the righteous, eh? Speaking of which, I was just on my way to borrow an airship to take me to Azisla.
Azisla? How could I forget? The dragon with whom Bahamut shared the deepest of bonds.
Aye, Tiamat, his mate. Even now she remains imprisoned on Azisla, though her remorse binds her faster than any shackle.
I see. As the one who first summoned Bahamut, you believe she may be able to shine some light on his latest incarnation.
Might I suggest that we make the journey to Azisla together? I'm not sure if Tataru mentioned this, but we Scions have an airship of our own now.
I see no reason why not. Assuming your sister can bear the thought of sharing a deck with me.
Be my guest. But confuse me with Alphino again and I'll throw you overboard.
Oh, I'd like to see that. I'll just jump back on.
I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's nothing like Alphino painted him to be.
I will admit, he is not exactly as I imagined him either. Based on what I had read of the man, I think I was expecting someone a little less... blunt?
Yay! We're all back together again. One big happy family. Oh shit, we're here. There's been quite some time since I last set foot in Ozzy's Law last time I was here when I was leveling a blue mage with a partner. But I understand the three of you were here rather more recently. I don't suppose you chanced to meet Tiamat during your visit? Oh, that's right. Never mind. We were here much earlier than that. Alas not. We had no cause to set foot here in the Delta Quadrant, but I have to study the relevant records, which is not to say I wouldn't appreciate the first-hand account of your dealings with her. Well then, Ifu is the person to ask. As far as I know, he's the only one of us to have met Tiamat face to face. Yeah, Midgard was there to introduce me. Ah yes, you were a friend of her father. I too have met with Tiamat. After the Dragon Song War came to a close, I came here to speak with her, a Wyrm who had fought her own war against man in another age. I wished to know if she yet harbored thoughts of vengeance, and asked as much. She said no. My hatred for your kind was extinguished long ago. But the guilt she feels for resurrecting Bahamut burns on undimmed. It torments her even now. I see, then your original reason for coming here was out of concern that Tiamat had been forced to summon Bahamut. Yeah, the dog is a part of me. I feel his emotions as my own. And I know that he would not allow his sister to be made a tool of evil. In his absence, it falls to me to watch over her. I'll grab the money instead of the pizza. Tiamat awaits this way. I have a bunch of food in my backpack. Man, it's been a while coming back here. This island in particular. Look at all these people. All looking up.
It's plain she knows naught of recent events. Perhaps you should enlighten her.
Really? I'm gonna bring the bad news? Alright. Well, here it goes.
I've seen it with my own eyes. Captives of a lost empire, neither alive nor dead, existing only to preserve Bahamut's corporeal form.
Your children's pain means nothing to them. They laugh at your kind suffering. But tears will not right this wrong, nor will lamentation see the perpetrators punished.
Snosk anta in Dramon.
Behavior befitting a great worm. We came here to ask mighty Tiamat of the First Brood, consort of Bahamut, mother of the dragons of Mericidia, what she intends to do about the crimes committed against her children.
Santalan infan antosk. Goes rent on. Ale o esk an in. Ale kum ak in.
You too were exposed to his influence. That you are yet in possession of your own will is testament to the indomitable strength of your soul. But were you to meet with Bahamut again, you fear you might succumb.
Es snoska dramon king. Nestra in. Iles I. Nesh an. And ala. Unmik Nalstra ul an Antal an Smon Tahi an.
On the matter of Bahamut's influence, at least, I believe we can be of some assistance. If you're afraid of being enthralled, don't be. We have a cure. And while we've never tried it on one such as you, its basic principles are universal.
Usk she's in.
There is no future for those bound to the past. That you committed a terrible sin, I do not dispute. But if you feel remorse, you may yet make amends. We offer you that chance. Take it, or you will forever remain a prisoner, not of these cruel shackles, but of your own guilt.
Sahan, Seth so, Kin Bahamut an. An sumon na an inles, snaloles dish an, na ala an ul an sin an stan in.
Oh! While Porxies have been shown to be effective in curing the temper, Tiamat must be considered a special case. She is far, far larger and immeasurably more powerful than any subject thus created thus far. Were we to remove her restraints only to find that the process had failed, it would be hard-pressed to contain her. And before going ahead, we should learn as much as we can about the exact nature of her condition. You suppose we can find that information here? Why, yes, we can. We can indeed. The Elegants kept detailed records on all of their notable captives, and I know exactly where to look. We should leave that to you then. In the meantime, excuse me, the rest of us can turn our own thoughts to the removal of those shackles. I know Alpha Node and Ifu here well enough, but not you. Are you certain you're ready to see this through? Rest assured, Sir Insidian, that I am both ready and willing to give my all for the sake of the star, though that is not my only reason for wanting to set Tiamat free. While I do not claim to know that all of her sorrows, I too once found myself in the prison of despair, and I well understand how hard it can be to dare dream of escape. It took the encouragement of braver souls than I am to make me take the first step towards the brighter future, and now I would help Tiamat do the same. I gather you are not as young as you look. Mayhap when our work here is done, we can trade tales over a pot of Tataru's famous tea. And be indebted to her for the leaves and hot water? I think not! I see! Returning swiftly to the task at hand then. I believe the nodes governing Tiamat's restraints are located in the sector known as the flagship. Ah yes, we are familiar with it. The 8th Chemical Research Facility in particular. Oh, is this a dungeon? Oh, you may wish to take this, a spare vessel containing a small amount of my blood. Which you just happen to be carrying around with you. I suppose that could be seen as rather odd. To explain, Rambros, Urianger, and I are researching the use of spirit vessels in the transference not only of memories, but the traits of a certain bloodline. And so I keep one at ready should an opportunity to test our theories arise. As for its use to you, you may recall that during our previous visit, the nodes here granted access to the restricted functions, having identified me as being of royal blood. And armed with that spirit vessel, I posit that they will do the same to you. Even at the absent of, well, the rest of me. It seemed worthy a try at least. Agreed, we will take good care of it. To the flagship then. I am gonna increase the... Actually, no, that seems fine, yeah. For some reason, the edges don't look as sharp, soft, I guess. For some reason. Where am I going? Oh. Upwards and onwards. But yeah, that's so far so interesting. This is good. I'm really glad. I remember playing through Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age, and at one point I just kept skipping dialogue because for some reason I lost interest, but thankfully reading out loud regained my interest in this. Let us split up and search the flagship for the node that controls Tiamat's restraints. But should you find a likely candidate, do not be tempted to make any adjustments. It would not do to accidentally release some manner of experimental monstrosity, nor less Tiamat herself in her current state. Our objective at this stage is simply to identify the relevant node or nodes. Once we have learned what we can, we should reconvene and compare notes prior to proceeding. Man, is this the dungeon, the new dungeon that came out? Haha. Where am I? Oh. Visit friction between metallic components detected. Temperature increasing to critical levels. Please replace damaged parts to retreat to a safe distance. Alright. You do you, buddy. Oh. A strep wrist note. Kerr. Data link with Delta Quadrant broken. Possible cross intruder interference. Advised deployment of automated combat units. Proceed. Blip blip. Warning. Scheduled dragon restraint maintenance due in 20 years. Haha, very funny. Failure to verify system integrity may result in unscheduled specimen release. Very funny. I'm afraid Asinian and I have little to show for our efforts. Did you find anything? I found it! Yes. Spontaneously, you say? Well, that does sound promising. Almost suspiciously so, in fact. But then you were in possession of the spirit vessel. I dare say it is indeed a note of that which Graha spoke. It was chirruping, you say? Very well, let us take a closer look. Chirruping, yes, not chirping. I suspected the node will not acknowledge my authority to issue it instructions. Hello. Do you wish to operate the dragon restraint mechanisms? Yes. Blip blip. You do not have the requisite access privileges. Operation of the dragon restraint mechanisms can be only undertaken by the chief technologist and members of the royal family. Or those with a vessel full of royal blood, perhaps. Here we go. Will that work? New user detected commencing biometric authentication. Bloop. Authentication complete. User identified as member of the royal family. Please state your name. My name? Oh, this is gonna be fun. Estinian. Very funny, but if that thing speaks my name, I shall see that it never speaks again. Use your own food in case you forgot. That pause. Oh, username changed. Welcome, Ifu Momofu. You may operate the dragon restraint mechanisms when ready. Aww. He took the threat seriously. Error, unable to disengage restraints of specimen Tiamat. A system update is required. Of course it is. And then I have to restart it and then wait another 10 minutes for that. A system update? What do you suppose it's asking us to do? I could hazard a guess. Well, that's more than I can say, confounded bloody thing. User agitation detected, initiating guidance program. Blip. In order to operate the restraint mechanism, I require access to the central control system. However, I am unable to establish a link to said system due to the obsolescence of my own software. Oh. So, can this thing release the restraints or not? It can, but only once it has received the requisite system update, as far as I can tell. Until which time it'll float there spewing nonsense. User dissatisfaction detected. I didn't know that was his option. Initiating placation protocols. Bloop. I am here to help. Rest assured that I'll be on the hand to guide you through every step of the system update process. Oh, gratifying. I dare say we'll fare better with guidance than without it. I guess. My god, are we going step by step here? Oh, Jesus Christ. Press the next button. Enter your name. Press the next button. Enter your phone number. Press the next button. Fuck! Guiding user to terminal this way, please. Man, I gotta register my email here. Fuck. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna get spam mail out the wazoo, and then they're gonna sell my credit card information and phone number to marketing sites. So I'm gonna get fucking robocalls all day. That's not fun. I really hate that nowadays, that you have to enter your, like, either the last 4 digits of your social security number or your phone number. This is not the right place. You have to register like 3 different pieces of information, like not necessarily needed, I guess. And then they sell that information to other places. It fucking sucks, man. Where is this thing? Well, that's not it. Maybe it's on the other side. But yeah, every time you enter your email address in some website or some registration bullshit, they're like, we won't use this for marketing purposes, and then they absolutely do. And you don't know which sites do that shit. So like, out of the tens of hundreds of websites you register to, that email address is boned. Unless you use like a secondary throwaway one, then I guess that's good. It was here this entire time? Someone petted me! Who petted me? Fuck! Let's see. According to the terminal, the central control system is personally employing software version 56.135. Dare I ask which version you are employing? Damn! 420, blaze it! Why software version 420.02? Nice! Of course. Warning, error detected in the data management system. Estimated required time 5 years and 1 day. Fuck! You running off dial-up? What is this, regular DSL? That is rather long than we were hoping. Aren't there any other options? For instance, using this terminal to operate Tiamat's restraints instead? Proposed method is indeed an option. Please be warned, however, that the procedure may have changed as a result of the system update and my instructions may no longer be accurate. Well, I can't imagine they have changed at all that much. As long as we pay due attention to any discrepancies, I dare say we shall be able to muddle our way through. Don't bother trying to explain. Just tell me if we've made any progress. No. Really? I would say so, yes. It does, however, require that I remain here to operate the terminal. I shall inform you via Link Pearl once I'm ready to release the shackles. Oh, alright. It may be best if you left this spirit vessel with me. May yet have use for it. Rest assured, I'll be certain to return to G'raha Tia once this is over. I'll return it to G'raha Tia. Just a little more work and Tiamat will be free. But before we go any further, there's something I would know. When Tiamat and her kin fought against the Elegant Empire, both sides were but dancing to the tune of the Ossians. And it was the same in Ishgard, where they stoked the fires of conflict between man and dragon from the shadows. All that the Ossians touch turns to ash. And thus have you made your mission to fight them. But there have been times that when you tried to reach out to them instead, to find common ground. And so I must ask, what do you intend to do with Van Daniel? Will you try and reach out to him too? Yeah, after I've wiped the smile off his face. I'd rather put my lance through his heart and be done with it. But perhaps that's the difference between you and me. You see the good in people, even if it be the faintest glimmer. I only hope you do not come to rue your benevolence. You think us unwise for viewing the world thus? Far from it. That has ever been your way, as I learned when we journeyed together with Iceheart. Yet the fact remains that there are some who view compassion as a weakness to be exploited, and there may come a time when you extend the hand of friendship only to wish that you have dealt the killing blow. So save your mercy for those who deserve it. Well, we should get back. Well, we should be getting back to our task. If Alphinaud has things in hand here, I suggest we rejoin the others. Yeah, some wise words there. Alright, good luck, buddy. We're going back to Tiamat. I'm surprised no one has like actually released, like, I'm surprised the Ossians didn't release her. But I guess, yeah, due to the fact that she is resistant to some tempering from Nidhogg, that's probably why they just left her here? Question mark? I don't even know. Is that chain inside her? Oh my god, it is. Oh, it's inside. Oh, it's just like crucified her. Yikes. Alright. Justinian told me all is well, but nothing more. Honestly, it's like getting blood out of a stone with him. I take it from Alphinaud's absence that he's needed elsewhere? Yeah. He's on the control panel. On the flagship. Well, that all sounds rather frustrating, but you got there in the end. While you were off talking to nodes, Graha and I were learning as much as we could about Tiamat's condition. We're gonna need a mother porksy? Our readings confirm that our ethereal balance leans strongly towards the umbral, as was the case with the kobolds. Therefore, all other things being equal, the treatment should work. The difficulty lies in the sheer quantity of aether with which we must contend. Multiple applications of the treatment will inevitably be required if we are to reverse the effects of tempering completely. Meaning I'll need all the aether I can get. Thank you in advance. We're gonna use a regular porksy? Although this endeavor will ask much of us, we do have one reason to be optimistic. Namely that Tiamat shows no signs of fanatical devotion, suggesting a milder case of tempering than that suffered by the kobolds. Tiamat saw Bahamut as an equal rather than a god. Might that have made a difference? Yeah, actually, yeah. Now that you mention it, it very well might. She would not have believed it necessary to defer to his will. But enough talk, it's time to put our theories to proof. Tell Alphinaud to disengage the restraint's ethereal dampers. I'm counting on you, Angelo. Such warmth. The frost that shroudeth my soul doth begin to thaw. But what are these? Visions of days long forgotten of a war of the men of Alag. Wherefore do such baleful memories return to me now? Could it be the process of restoring our soul to the pre-tempered state is awakening ancient memories? Or might the opposite be true? If so, by helping her recall the past, we may be able to speed her recovery. Wait, if that happens, won't her anger be restored to that state? If she trusts you, speak to her. Ask her to tell you of times past. When you were a young dragon, what was your favorite food? Oh god, tell me of Bahamut and the Ossians. Ah, Bahamut, my beloved. Would that the peace we found in Mercidia could have lasted for eternity, but alas it was not to be. The Ossians saw to that. In all creation I know none of more wicked. It was at their behest that the men of Alag first came to Mercidia, unto our home. Ooh, flashback. The tale began when Bahamut and I left our father's side. We took wing in search of a place to make our eyrie. Beyond the southern ocean, we discovered a lush and fertile land. It would come to be known as Mercidia by the children of men. though many years were to pass before they crossed the seas. Upon our arrival, we were welcomed by the peaceful people of the forest, kin to the trees. Surrounded by nature's bounty, Bahamut and I found a place to raise our young. Fascinating. This correlates with the writings of the Charlean scholar Rurusha. She posits that man first settled on the southern continent towards the end of the Second Astral Era. Correctly, it would appear. If only she were here with us to hear the tale from Tiamat herself. Again, Angelo! What the shit is that thing on the right? When first the children of man arrived on our shores, no foot did they set in those places over which we held dominion. Such was their fear of dragonkind. And as they kept their distance, so did we let them be. Yet as days went by, a ship after ship appeared upon the horizon, bearing ever more of their brethren, who divided the vast land amongst themselves. For a time they knew peace and prosperity, but as their numbers grew, the smaller their share came to seem, and soon they began to covet the territory of their fellows. Ere long, man fought men. Blood was answered with blood, and none could see us end to the strife, until one day they came to us. Recognizing our wisdom, they entreated us to intercede in their conflicts. Bahamut agreed, and with him presiding the affairs of men, the land knew peace once more. Oh. Alas, those golden days of harmony too were fated to end, for the men of Alag slew my beloved, and I, in my rage and sorrow, heeded the envenomed word of the Ossians. The rest know thou'st only too well. But your tale doesn't have to end there. When you are free, we will rid the world of the Ossians together, and you and your beloved will have justice. Fine sentiments, but you're almost spent. I'll keep watch from above. If the treatment fails, run. Oh, thanks for the vote of confidence. I swear, when this is over... Keep going, Alizé. The magic is working. Angelo! Oh. Angelo! Oh. Well, I knew this wasn't going to be easy. No patient could have prepared me for treating a great worm. But we're close, I can feel it. And while I've only got a few more drops of aether left to give, with yours and Graha's, this will work. Then I believe I speak for both of us when I say that you may take as much as you require. Careful, I might hold you to that. Alright, here I go. I'll give all 10,000 MP! No lucid dreaming!
No. I'm almost there.
It's me, and Graha!
This is it, Angelo.
Es lies an, mich es die.
won't know for certain until the shackles are removed. Many have been subjected to the Allagan's dark arts, their flesh irrevocably altered. For such tortured souls, I fear there can be no salvation.
Slosk an ol fol kail an. Slosk seth som in an. Afatan. Mon ud. Wan ein. Lis a an. Do ud an.
When that time comes, you won't be alone. We'll stand by you.
She's in an enemy.
Alphino's ready. It's time. Do it. And let's hope the treatment worked as it should.
Mahamud an Ul jas. Ul asa. Vesk an.
By the gods!
Urianger, your timing could not be better. Understood, we're on our way. It's Bahamut. He's been sighted over Pagalthan.
Oh no.
He flies for the largest Amalta settlement in the region, at the head of a vast host, including dragons.
Did you hear all that, Alphino? You'd best rejoin your comrades. I'll make my own way. Our enemy awaits. Shall we?
Well, Arnval's dead. Here we go. Well, I'm sure you're desperate to join Estinian and Tiamat in battle. It would be wiser to gather the full strength of the Signs first. The foe we face demands no less. Oh, this is... Oh, broad bean curry. Oh, it sounds so good right now. So good. I have already sent word to the others. We are to rendezvous in Ul'dah at the Hall of Flames. Let us collect Alphinaud and be on our way. Neat! So this arena will now be empty. Because we have freed Tiamat, the last elegant captor. Or the last dragon captor, I think. Captured? Captor? No, it's captured. Now I know some of you could do with the rest, but I'm sorry to say that the Telephori have other plans. Palgthan is already under siege. Happily, the Immortal Flames arrived just in time to join the defensive effort, with Marshal Tarapin at their head. Well now, given the failure of the peace negotiations, I was uncertain how the Sultanate would respond. 'Tis good to hear that Ul'dah has not abandoned the Malja. Abandoned them? Do we not profess to be their friends? Your Grace. Marshal Tarapin had made provisions for such exigencies and was ready to depart at a moment's notice. All that was required was the agreement of the syndicate, each of whom voted in favor of the intervention. Nor is Ul'dah alone in this resolve. The other alliance nations have likewise dispatched their troops to Palgthan. Yet, even with our combined effort, we shall be sorely tested. For we face not only the might of the Imperial Legion, but Lunar Bahamut and his draconic horde besides. Tiamat's children. Fight as we may, victory is by no means assured. But not all of the omens are grim. Our forces report that despite their proximity to Lunar Bahamut, none of the Amalja show any signs of tempering. Strange, what primal would turn down a chance to claim new thralls? Unless it is incapable of doing so. Primals are not wont to serve a master, Ossian or otherwise. It may well be that Lunar Bahamut differs in some fundamental manner from those we have previously encountered. If that's true, anyone could fight him, and Ifo and the others like him, wouldn't have to shoulder the burden alone. Be that as it may, Lunar Bahamut remains an incalculably powerful foe whom our soldiers will struggle to best through mere force of arms. With the aid of the Scions, however, I believe they will fare much better, assuming that is you're ready to take to the field. An airship awaits you to bear to the front. Pray set forth as soon as you are able. I, meanwhile, shall coordinate our forces. Till next we meet, may the 12 bless and keep you. It was kind of her to speak with us personally. You may be certain she has no shortage of other responsibilities. Well, I, for one, are inclined to do as our Grace requests, lest we forget Arenvald and Fordola are in the Palgthan on reconnaissance. The sooner we save the day, the better their chances. Indeed, to the airship then. To the airship in Ul'dah, where the heck is it? Alright. What? Why would it? Oh, it's probably in the hustling strip. So maybe it's a chamber of rule? Oh. Airship one. Herp derp. Greetings, we've been expecting you. But say the word, and we shall depart for Pagathon at once. Ew, this is the dungeon. Alright. Oh, shit, I forgot I could do this. I'll just join a... Nine minutes? 12 minutes? I'll just take the 9 minutes. Should I just take the trust? I mean, they're all level 80, so it's not a huge deal. And I can also see... I can see their things. Actually, let's see if Dan's on. He is. He's in Hero's Gauntlet. Oh. Alright, well, it's too late now. Here we go. Are you fighting a Malja? Or what? No, we're fighting Garlemald. Interesting. Imagine he's gonna pull to the next area, which is fine. Damn, alright, that's a lot. Wait, there's more? Oh. There's so much. Like, so many enemies you can pull. Oh! There's a cannon. Oh, that's a big cat. Oh boy. Oh! Okay, I see. I didn't even see the lightning rod there. Cool. That's a big treasure coffer. 505. Yay.
What took you so long? The Amalja are in trouble. Let's split up.
There's a lot of enemies in this dungeon. Whoops. So far, so good.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh. Holy shit! Does so much damage. Okay, where's he going? Is he going? No, he's not going. What the fuck? What the fuck? What? It's a wall! Oh, does it attack them too? That was kind of neat. Oh. Oh. Go! Yay! Oh, these look kind of neat. Oh shit. There's the tower. Oh. Wait, do we what? I'll hide in this bush. No. That's pretty neat. Wait, do we control it? No, we don't. Oh. Who we gotta go against here? Wait, seriously? What? That's so soon! Hold on! Damn! Oh, is it Mega Flare? We're gonna fight! We're gonna fight a Bahamut? Oh no! Okay, well, here we go. Wow, very pretty. Where are we, by the way? Is this like an area that we could explore later on? Because it's very beautiful. Huh? 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 Oh no! Oh, what? I'm gonna think we have to spread out for this, maybe? Ow. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh! Oh, it is called Darkmourn. I would have gotten hit so many times there. Hooray! We are really close to that tower.
Antal an in Eisdom. Antal afa snalask I ash an dran mira
Noble warriors, the dragons chose their friends well. Long have our peoples waged war, but no more. Your fallen lie beside our own. By our words and deeds shall we honor their sacrifice.
You would make peace with Uldar then?
The enemy of our enemy is our friend. And you have proven yourselves worthy of our trust. It is the Garleans who are deserving of our fury. I shall see that my brethren learn the truth of this day, and rally as many as possible to the cause, till we meet again.
And thus did we make allies of the Amalja.
Yup. 2 down.
It would certainly seem that way. The Sultana will be pleased. Let's go and give her the good news, shall we?
We not gonna look for Arnvald? Oh no. Well then. Ugh, that sound effect.
What in Ralga's name happened here?
The gods only know. But you can bet these poor sods aren't here by choice.
Quickly! We've got to get them free!
Whoa!
Get back!
No!
have I done?
It's too late for them. We're leaving, now.
Whoa! Huh? What? What the fuck is happening? Oh, they made an Ifrit!
No! No! Don't you dare! We came together and we're leaving together!
Ah. Okay. Shit! Well, it would be too much hope that we have seen the last of Van Daniel. We have dealt his schemes a telling blow this day, and that alone is cause to celebrate. And celebrate I will when we received word of Arenvald's safe return. Yeah, about that. I feel like only one of them will come back. Here comes the news, the bad, bad news. Staying around here worrying is not gonna help matters. Come, we must discuss the day's events with Pippin and her grace. Brave scions! Would that I could treat you to a hero's welcome, but I bear urgent news from the frontistery. The what? Your grace, whatever is the matter? As our troops withdrew from Palgathon, they came upon 2 scouts sent to the nearby tower. I have yet to hear the full account, but it seems that one of them, your friend, I believe, have been wounded and been dragged away by the other. Oh no. I must go. Forgive me, your grace. Can you tell us aught of Arenvald's condition, your grace, the wounded scout? Not save that it is grave, the chirurgeons tend to him even as we speak. The infirmary must be inundated with the wounded. If all of us go, we'll only get underfoot. Ephilistinian, would you mind going after Elfinode? He may need support from someone other than me. Very well. Thank you. The rest of us will see that the relevant people know what took place in Palgathon. Is it Paglothon or Paugathon? Come on then. I didn't really read it clearly. Alright. Where's the teleport thing? Oh, I was supposed to go to the hustling strip. Whoops. Alright. I forgot the papaya song. Papaya! Oddly distracting. We're going to... where are we going? The alchemists. Oh, look at all these people. Wonder what they're doing here. Another one come to see the lad in silver armor. Master Damiet is attending to him as we speak. If you would be so kind as to wait. What did Master Damiet say? Tell me his exact words. This isn't helping, Alphino. But, you're right. Forgive me. When we said our farewells to Arnvald, I was afraid that something like this might happen. But now that it has, all we can do now is wait. Yep. He's tempered, probably, or something.
Fordola, have you been waiting here all this time?
We have done what we can. The rest is up to him.
May we see him?
I do not think that wise. You must let him sleep.
Thank you for bringing him back. He owes you his life. I just wish I had been there. Perhaps, I don't know, perhaps I could have...
Could have what? Got tempered? Don't flatter yourself. You can't save everyone. No one can. Not even the warrior of bloody light.
Hey, don't push this on me.
People die all the time, for no good reason. And those who take up the sword die quicker than most. If you're going to shed a tear every time a soldier falls on the battlefield, you'd best stay away. It's no place for the weak of heart.
It may be that victory cannot be won without cost. But all life is precious, and I refuse to shrug at its loss.
All life is precious! You need to grow up, little man. Before your sparkling ideals get everyone killed.
You're right. He is idealistic. But the world has more than its fair share of realists, like you and me. It's people like him who dare to dream that things could be better, and make it happen against all the odds. They are the ones whose names live on forever. The heroes.
The battlefield's littered with would-be heroes. At this rate, you lot'll be next. And what'll become of your precious dreams then? They'll be gone. Like dust on the wind.
Dreams worth fighting for don't die so easily.
Oh. I know. There's nothing more I can do here. Come, let us rejoin the others. Her Grace invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to join her in the Fragrant Chamber. Your comrades have already arrived. Will the three of you be joining them? We will. Hey, bud. Where's our seat? Hello?
Your Grace, pray forgive us our lateness.
Think not of that. I understand a close comrade of yours was wounded in the line of duty. Arenvold. It was at the Alliance's behest that he risked all, and we are grieved to hear of his condition. Rest assured, he will receive the finest care our chirurgeons can provide. On that you have my word.
Chirurgeon? Oof.
Now, we would share with you the findings of the mission. Pippin, pray relate to our guests the details of Fordola's account.
First Bahamut, now Ifrit. Or Lunar Ifrit, as Fandaniel would doubtless have it.
'Tis now all but certain that the towers were conceived to facilitate the summoning of primals by those imprisoned within. Less certain is the means by which the Telophoroi constrain the wills of said entities to enact their designs in defiance of the pleas of their victims.
Mayhap they do not. If mere proximity to the towers is enough to make loyal servants of the Empire's mortal enemies, it stands to reason that the same is true for those held captive. They invoke their gods for the good of Garlemald, and in their disturbed state of mind, summon a primal whose form reflects their own alteration.
It all begins to make sense. Upon closer inspection, I realized that the towers bear a striking resemblance to a much larger structure which Urianger and I observed from afar during our visit to the Imperial capital. Assuming it too is capable of tempering those in its immediate vicinity, it would go some way to explain the swiftness with which the Telophoroi managed to rally so many Imperials to their cause.
While the situation in Garlemald is indeed troubling, I fear we have more immediate concerns. Ifrit was not the only primal summoned. At approximately the same time, observers at several other towers bore witness to the emergence of further such entities. For a blessing, none appear to wield aught approaching the destructive power of Bahamut, and the Grand Companies are moving to deal with the threat even as we speak.
The Grand Companies, Your Grace? Is that wise? You need only tell me where they are, Your Grace. Well, I can't spread myself too thin.
Though we are aware that the task will not be easy, we would call upon the Scions only as a last resort. Pray, conserve your strength for now. After all, it was not so very long ago that you rid us of Bahamut. On which note, I am pleased to report that our talks with the Amalja have reached an agreeable conclusion. They have pledged their full support to our cause. It is our hope that this historic agreement will encourage other tribes to join us at the negotiating table. And I know that I speak for all of the Allied leaders when I say that we will welcome them with open arms at such time as they do. Of course, This was only made possible by the feats of heroism performed at Pagltharn. Moreover, we shall not allow the sacrifices of those fallen in battle to have been made in vain. As hope leads to victory, shall victory lead to a new dawn for Eorzea.
May these words ever be our guide, Your Grace.
Now, if you will forgive me, I must consult with the Syndicate on the matter of our new allies' integration. Till next we meet, my friends, I bid you safe travels and blessed respite.
It's Paglthon! Gotcha! That's the one thing I like paid most attention to. Like, oh, I said it wrong so many times. Including Kyurgens. How was I supposed to know? Oh, right then. Unless anyone has any objections, I think it's about time we return to the Rising Stones. And that includes you, Alphanode. Arnvald is in good hands here. Of course, he would doubtless mock me for pacing about the infirmary. Let us retire then, that we might regain our strength and readiness for the upcoming challenges. If all are in agreement then, I shall let Kral know to expect us. A hot bath and a hearty meal shouldn't be beyond arranging with time available. It'll be good to be home. I have some thinking to do. Yes, I'll try asking him. And thank you. I shall look forward to it. Our comrades eagerly await our return, and Kral in particular has a few matters she's keen on to discuss. One of which concerns you, Estinian. Believe it or not, you will join us, won't you? Fine. Really? I thought you'd said you were avoiding that Baltesian woman. If I refused, she would only pursue me. Let's get this over with, shall we? That poor guard had to overhear everything. Hey, you okay, buddy? Okay. When the dust settles, return to the Rising Stones. Wonder what Kral has to say about this Estinian. She's gonna berate Estinian for releasing Tiamat. Boo 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 boo. Boo 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 boo.
Welcome back. I expect you must all be exhausted. Ere you take your rest, however, I would beg a moment of your time. Thanks to Arnvald's selfless efforts, we may now be confident that we understand the function of the towers. But many questions remain regarding the reason for the summonings, and what lurks behind the looming edifice in Garlemald. Until such questions are answered, we will struggle to devise an effective strategy for thwarting the Telophoroi's stated aim. Nothing less than the destruction of this star. And so, given the gravity of the situation, I move that we petition the aid of Sharlayan.
'Tis possible the ancient knowledge preserved within their archives may hide a clue to our enemy's methods. But given Sharlayan's established policy of non-intervention, our former colleagues are not like to aid us in its discovery.
Oh, I well remember what they're like. The Forum's barefaced refusal to assist you in the days prior to the calamity must rank as Sharlayan's most shameful act since the Exodus. But were the final days to be reenacted, it would spell doom for us all. Surely even they cannot turn a blind eye to that. I trust we are all of the same mind on this matter. Urgent as it seemed, I took the liberty of petitioning the Alliance for leave to act as Eorzea's emissary, and have since received their blessing.
I presume your role as a student of Baldessian will carry some weight with the Forum?
One can but hope. If truth be told, our organization has been a shadow of its former self ever since the disappearance of the Isle of Val. But the name does still retain some degree of prestige. I only pray it will be enough. If there are no objections, I shall depart for Sharlayan at once. But before I do, I should also mention the other matter to which I would devote some time during my stay. After hearing what transpired in the first, I began to question the true nature of Hydaelyn's blessing, a topic I have discussed at some length with Y'shtola.
We were wondering, when was the last time Hydaelyn spoke to you directly?
Oh man, it's been a while. Was it the day of the Crystarium? I don't even remember that. I remember the end of the Dragonsong War one, I think.
When Elidibus sought to make warriors of light.
Oh yeah, that one.
That was the voice which calls constantly to all who might hear it.
Oh.
I spoke of direct communication, when Hydaelyn communed solely with you. A far rarer occurrence.
History shows us that Hydaelyn is able to awaken the echo in her chosen, convey her will directly, and grant the blessing of light. To our knowledge, however, she has not sought to intervene in man's affairs for some considerable time.
Might not the explanation for that lie with her choice of champion? Mayhap she is content to trust in his judgment.
Mayhap she is. But following my initial discussion with Kryl, I made inquiries of my own. And as far as I am able to tell, Hydaelyn has not made her will known to anyone.
During my time in the First, the Oracle of Light spoke to me through Reen. But that was not the will of Hydaelyn. It was Minfilia herself.
Indeed. And while she and Hydaelyn were inextricably linked, Minfilia yet acted of her own volition. A messenger, yes, but one who spoke with her own voice.
I wonder, could Hydaelyn's silence suggest the presence of some disruptive force, perhaps? Some obstacle to communication? While I share Urianger's high opinion of your conduct, I see no reason why she would deny you her guidance altogether. Then again, who am I to say? The fact is, we simply don't know. But if the explanation is to be found anywhere, I can think of worse places to look than the archives of Sharlayan, and their research on the Ethereal Sea in particular. Resolved though I am to go, believe me when I say that I take no pleasure in the thought of leaving you a member short. Now, of all times. Estinian, we stand on the eve of a struggle that will decide the fate of this star. One in which we Scions may play a telling part, yet we are but few in number. And so I must ask you again, will you join us?
You see the world the way you want it to be. I see the world the way it is. You are idealistic to a fault. But I know you would never turn your back on those in need. Never close your eyes to their suffering. And somehow, your deeds lend truth to your words, giving the lie to my doubts in so doing. I have seen others draw strength from your belief. In Ishgard, in Alamigo, you inspired them to stand up and fight. To win, no less. And even when you lost those you held dear, you carried their spirit with you and made their memory your guiding light. The burden of so many hopes and dreams would be too heavy for most to bear. But you bear it willingly, as you have shown me. Some dreams are too important to let go. If you have need of my strength, it's yours. After all you've done, how could I refuse?
Thank you, Estinian. Whatever challenges await us, I shall not falter. You have my word.
And now, I may bid you farewell. Safe in the knowledge that all is as it should be. In this little corner of the world, at least.
You will be sorely missed. Tread warily in Sharlayan, and do try not to let the Forum embroil you in their politics. A forlorn hope, I know, given the individuals involved.
I shall do my very best. Farewell.
Have we ever been to Sharlayan? Meanwhile, oh, I was gonna hope it was Sharlayan. But no, it's in the Imperial Palace. Whoa, look at all the items you got. So you're trying to pick a new weapon? Yep. And I chose a katana again.
Well, does this one meet with your approval? Apparently not. Or could it be that you're still upset about the dragons?
You are unwise to remind me of so costly a failure. It will not affect our plans, I trust.
Oh, hardly at all. Though, admittedly, the chances of us being able to procure any more Mericidian dragons are rather slimmer following Tiamat's reappearance. Oh, but the seeds have been sown, my lord. We have only to wait for them to quicken. Speaking of preparations, is it safe to assume that you will be ready to control you-know-what?
The hour draws nigh. This nation, forged for Ascian ends, will finally prove its worth.
A mighty empire, now no more than an instrument of this star's destruction. What a pleasure it will be to put it to use. Which brings me back to our earlier topic. My lord, while I appreciate that it is not an easy decision, it really is past time you chose your weapon.
All of them.
There is one that I have been meaning to test.
Well, well, not quite what I was expecting. Though I will say, it does seem rather apt.
Is it a scythe? Well, it did have a metallic ting to it when he pulled it out. Well, it seems like I'm going to be a busy few moons, not that I ever seem to be anything but. Thancred's got me dispatching troops to every corner of the realm, which is not to say I don't trust the Alliance, because I do. But when it comes to putting down primals, nobody does it better than us. Well, then you lot, more accurately, you won't catch me trading blows with a primal in the near future. But for every fell fiend you vanquish, there's countless meals to arrange, baths to fill, sheets to wash, stores to replenish, and the list goes on. Which is where I come in, and gladly, mind you. It's the least I can do to support the Scions who risk life and limb, like poor Arenvald. I wish there was something we could do for him, but we'll just have to settle for saying the odd prayer and keeping a roof over our heads. It wouldn't do to have him come back to a complete shambles now, would it? But that's enough of my rambling. Off you go and get some rest. If there are any developments, I promise you'll be the first to know. Is that it? I guess that is it for the 5.5. Awesome. I'm all caught up. Hooray! But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this session of Final Fantasy XIV, and I hope to see you soon. Next episode, I'm pretty sure we're gonna do the Near Raid and the Crystal Weapon. I believe that came out. But all in all, that was fun. I'm glad to be back in it. And I will see you guys later. Alright guys, have a good one. Bye!